This is Racing to Win, Hong Kong Racing's twice weekly preview show, and we are heading to Happy Valley for our usual Wednesday night fixture, a 9-race card there on the C+3 course. It's great to have your company here on the show. I'm Tom Wood, joined in the studio by Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, we've got a good-looking Class 2 race over 1,000 metres, the Korea Racing Authority Trophy. Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Looking forward to having our friends from the Korean Racing Authority here, of course, and nice race it is as well. The first race looks a cracker to open the programme also. So some competitive racing and some pretty decent horses going round. Indeed. Paul, hello to you. It wasn't the easiest of days at Sha Tin on Saturday, and it wasn't particularly easy last Wednesday night at Happy Valley, so we got some jackpots. We have. We've got 1.9 million going into the 6-up win bonus, and I don't think it's going to be easy at all on Wednesday night. There's a bit of inclement weather hanging around Hong Kong as well, so we'll keep an eye on that for you leading into the race meeting. Yes, we have had a lot of rain here in Hong Kong on Monday and Tuesday, and it is meant to be a little inclement again on Wednesday night, and it might be looking that way as well as we head towards one of the biggest meetings here in Hong Kong. We are only 6 leaps away from FWD Champions Day 2024. It is one of the biggest days on the Hong Kong racing calendar, FWD Champions Day. It's coming up on Sunday at Sha Tin. I'm pleased to welcome to Racing to Win Luke Morris, who's going to be visiting us from the UK. Luke, thanks for joining us here on the show this afternoon. How excited are you to be coming to Hong Kong to ride over the weekend?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Obviously, the Champions meet in Hong Kong. When you look at the calibre of horses, calibre of jockeys and trainers, it's hugely exciting to be there this weekend. So, fingers crossed everything goes well.
Of course, you're coming out to ride one horse in particular, Brave Emperor for Archie Watson, who you've built a pretty formidable record with, winning 8 times. Tell us a bit about him and what type of horse he is.
Yeah, he's a remarkable horse that's really kind of gone through the grades. He started off as a kind of the middle of the road handicapper and has gradually improved all the time. And Archie's kind of placed him and handled him to great effect. He's travelled all across Europe, and the amount of countries he's won in is quite remarkable. But he's a hugely tough horse that tries extremely hard, and we're looking forward to stepping him up in grade on Sunday.
What has been some of the feedback from the stable about how he's travelled and how he's settled into his surroundings here in Hong Kong? Because at the moment it's particularly wet and it's also particularly humid.
Yeah, he's a horse that's travelled all over Europe and obviously experienced Qatar the last day, which is obviously a different climate again. But he's an absolute pro and he's travelled well. I seen a video of him today. He looks extremely fresh on the track. So, I think the team are exceptionally happy with him, and we're really looking forward to taking on some real big guns on Sunday.
Are you going to get a chance at all, Luke, to sit on him before Sunday's race?
I won't do, no. He never does too much before his races. Archie's kind of got a formula with him that he keeps him nice and fresh, and it seems to work well. And just seeing him on the track there, he looks extremely fresh and well. And, he's had a nice break since his race in Qatar, and, fingers crossed for a big run.
What about the weather and the track conditions here in Hong Kong? Invariably, we do race on good tracks, but we've had a lot of rain here Tuesday afternoon as I speak to you at the moment, and the forecast is not looking great for the rest of the week. Is that going to hinder or maybe enhance his chances come the weekend?
He's a hugely versatile horse, and he hadn't really kind of met a real firm track until he ran in Qatar the last day. So with him winning on a firm track in Qatar, it gave us the confidence to kind of come to Hong Kong with a turning mile on a quick track. But obviously with the ground going slow, I was praying last week that we'd get a wet forecast, and I just think on a wet track on a soft surface, it just brings him a little bit closer to the likes of Golden 60. He's got a little bit to find on the figures, but a soft track certainly wouldn't affect him. Whereas I just thought some of the local horses and possibly the Japanese horses, that they'd be looking for a better track. So if the track does come up soft on Sunday, I think he's got a massive chance.
Luke, Nick here. Great to have you on the show. Obviously, you're a very keen form student always, and you mentioned Golden 60. You're taking on one of the very best we've seen here in Hong Kong for a long time. You and Archie Watson, you seem to work well together. You obviously have a great working relationship. How much are you both looking forward to taking on Golden 60?
Yeah, Golden 60. He's officially the best horse in the world. So we've huge respect for him, and I thought his performance the last day was probably as good a performance he's done his whole career. So he still looks every bit as good as is at the age he is. And I thought on a firm track, we'd have it all to do. But if it comes up a wet track and slow ground on Sunday, I just hope it might just blunt a few of those real classy horses turn the foot, because Brave Emperor is tough and honest, and his best performance was on very soft ground in a Group 2. So fingers crossed it just gives us a bit more of an edge on slow track.
No doubt you've watched a bit of Hong Kong racing down through the years, Luke. What are some of the impressions or takeaways that you can bring that you've seen over your time of watching Hong Kong racing that you can bring and use maybe this weekend at Sha Tin?
Yeah, obviously Hong Kong racing, I'm very good friends with Andrea Ottini and Harry Bentley, so obviously I've spoken to them about Hong Kong racing plenty, and I think tactics come into it a lot more in Hong Kong than probably any other jurisdiction. They go very quick from the gate, and then you often see horses making moves early in a race than you would in Europe. So you've really got to be on your ball, and I've studied the race through, and it doesn't look to be a huge amount of pace. So I think tactics are going to come to the fore in the FWD Mile, and luckily Brave Emperor is a very tactically versatile horse that we can kind of apply him to what we feel is best for the race.
Well, Luke, we appreciate your time here on Racing to Win. We look forward to seeing you out here this weekend at Sha Tin for FWD Champions Day. Looks like you've had a busy morning at the track at Sir Mark Prescott's barn, so we look forward to seeing you at the weekend, and we hope you and Brave Emperor go well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Tom.
Our special thanks to Luke Morris for joining us on the show, and we wish him and Brave Emperor a safe passage and the best of luck on Sunday for the Champions Mile. We look ahead to Wednesday night at Happy Valley, where we do have 9 races, and we are racing on the C+3 course for meeting number 66 of the season. There is a bit of weather about as well here on the extended version of Racing to Win. We're looking at race 5, the Korea Racing Authority Trophy, and the last event, which is the Seoul Handicap Class 3 over 1,800 metres. Race 5, incidentally, as well as the first leg of the Triple Trio. WizKid is coming back from the Sprint Cup behind Lucky Sweynesse, and so too is Duke Y. Duke Y's got the blinkers off, the tongue tie also off, and the visor being reapplied. Nervous Witness has the hood off. Seasons Wit is coming into this off a 5th on the Your Weather. Majestic Knight is a course and distance winner. Carroll Street has never won course and distance, in fact has never won at Happy Valley. Harmony and Blessed ran them ragged last time out to win 2 1/4 over Beauty Infinity. Nordic Dragon's been terribly out of form, and Humble Stars first up for 147 days off a right front tendon injury and has had 2 trials leading into this. Where does the pace come from? And Nick, no doubt Nervous Witness, but the other 2 I think will be in close attendance.
Yeah, look, there'll be plenty of tempo on here, Tom, that's for sure. Look, Nervous Witness, we know, obviously likes to roll forward and can do so at ease, can't he? WizKid won't be too far away at all. Harmony and Blessed, obviously, as you say, did indeed run them ragged last time off the front end and stretched on clear. So look, there'll be a real good pace on here, Paul.
Yeah, the other one, I thought Majestic Knight is another one that likes the lead. With Hugh Bowman aboard, might just keep you out of the speed battle. Duke Y and Nordic Dragon down towards the rear.
Well, David Hayes has 2 runners in the race. Not only does he have Nervous Witness, who likes to lead, he has Harmony and Blessed, a last start winner. He caught up with Nick on Tuesday morning at the track.
David, race 5 on the programme Wednesday night is the Korea Racing Authority Trophy. You've got a couple of runners. Let's start with your last start winner, Harmony and Blessed. I mean, at the age of 7, he was arguably as impressive as ever last time.
I thought it was probably his career best off that high rating to win that well. But he's one of these speed horses that if there's not too much pressure up front, he's always hard to beat. And if there's too much pressure, he can bomb out. A bit like his stablemate.
Yeah, quite. We'll get to him shortly. Now on a career high mark of AC4. I mean, he's got to marks nearing this in the past. I mean, he's run okay. I mean, at the age of 7, 84, I guess it does get a bit tougher, doesn't it?
It does, but he's fought. He'd been unsound as a young horse, and he bled. So he's not bleeding at the moment, and he's very sound. So there's no reason why he can't keep going at 84.
On Nervous Witness, of course, I mean, he's a very well documented horse. I don't know if he gives you a headache or not, but he was good 3 starts ago and winning, and it was great to see. When he did win around here, though, he was very impressive.
Oh yeah, if he gets left alone, he can dominate a race and look outstanding. Problem is, if he gets taken on, he's a bit of a one-trick pony, over races and doesn't finish. So you just got to try and work out the speed, and if you think he's going to be lobbing along in front and left alone, he could easily win.
And you've taken the hood off as well. Just tell me how you came to that conclusion.
I just make him faster, hopefully. I think he just started, he didn't show his normal blistering speed from the gate last start, and I just thought we'd tinker. And he did win a lot of his early races without the hood, so hopefully that helps.
David Hayes with a 2-pronged attack in the Class 2 over the 1,000 metres. Let's have a look at some of the winning times around Happy Valley. Nick, over the 1,000 metres, and Whiz Kid is at the top of that list.
He's a very fast horse, Tom, yeah, for sure, and he's a 4-time course and distance winner from 8, so he really does go well around here. Let's not forget, of course, he's the Group 3 winner down the straight at Charlton, so he's got brazen speed, Harmony and Blessed, as we saw last time. I mean, he can run a good time, and well, most of them can in this race, Paul.
Yeah, they can. So, look, I think the track conditions is going to be interesting coming up on Wednesday night. If there is this rain around, Wizkid's got to carry the 135 as well, which just might anchor him a little bit.
Okay, yep, he was 3 wide, so no cover last time out in the Group 2 Sprint Cup. We can look at Majestic Knight here, Paul, and Seasons Wit. Majestic Knight's had 2 runs course and distance. He led up last time out. Was only really headed over the final stages in this, and Seasons Wit loves course and distance, a race they've been targeting.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily has to lead Majestic Knight, and with all his pace in the race, I think Hugh Bowman can just sort of sit in behind. We know he does like it here at Happy Valley, so look, I think he's one of the main chances, and Seasons Wit, the 1,000 metres will suit him.
It will. He's been a little bit sort of only playing at the moment, hasn't he, Seasons Wit? But he's a good horse on his day, and Majestic Knight, I think, certainly one you can give a chance to.
Yeah, 4 wins from his 13 starts, and all of those wins have been course and distance. He carried 135 pounds last time out. With the conditions of the race here, only has to carry the 129. On we go to the next runner to highlight. It is Humble Star. I thought he was quite interesting here, Nick, with a horse that is eligible for Class 3 off a rating of 80. He's first up for 147 days. He looked to move really well in this trial.
Yeah, I tend to agree, Tom, fully. Really liked the trial. I thought this was a nice effort here under a bit of a hold. Look, he's got a good record fresh, and he loves the course and distance as well. And with no weight on his back here, if potentially, Paul, the ground has a part to play and blunts a bit of speed of 1 or 2 others, I think this guy can capitalise.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he did win on his debut in Hong Kong when he was promoted, wasn't he? So he can go well fresh.
We've got some track work to show you now of Nordic Dragon, and where do you feel he's at the moment, Paul? They've tried up to 1650. He's been all out of sorts, and he over-raced terribly last time out too.
Yeah, I can't have him. Nordic Dragon, not in this race, over 1,000 metres.
Yeah, he's just got a bit to prove, I think, hasn't he, really? I mean, he might just have done his winning for a little while and paid the price for those 5 wins.
Yeah, all wins, of course, over the 1,200 metres. But when it comes down to it, Paul, who makes it on top for this KRA trophy?
A lot of speed in this race. I thought Majestic Knight can sit just in behind all his pace and finish over the tops with Hugh Bowman aboard. Seasons Wit, this is his go, 1,000 metres at Happy Valley. Harmony and Blessed, and Wizkid has got the pace, but it's got to carry the weight. 5-4-7-1.
Yeah, look, I've gone with this horse down at the bottom, Humble Star. Very interesting runner, and look, 1 or 2 might have questions to answer, but hopefully this guy can go well upon his return, having had a little injury issue. So Humble Star for me on top, over Majestic Knight, who I think can run well. There could be a bit of a burn up here. Harmony and Blessed will give his running, but this is tougher. And Seasons Wit, I think, has to go. And he's got a very good course and distance record, never out of the first 2. 9, 5, 7 and 4 in an interesting race.
Those are the boys' selections for race number 5, the Class 2 1,000 metre, the Korea Racing Authority Trophy. We're going to take a very quick break here on Racing to Win. On the other side, we've got the ever so popular segment, the last run reminder. We preview race number 9 and the best and value bets for Wednesday night at Happy Valley. Racing to Win continues for our meeting at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Before we get to the last race though, Paul, it is time for the last run reminder, and it is this week Can't Go Wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you can with this horse. Race 6, number 10. Look, you can see him wide in this particular race here. This was over a mile. And he was up against some pretty good horses here in California Totality and Laughtail. He was wide all the way, and they didn't go quick. You can see he was 0.31 of a second slower than standard, but he still kept staying on nicely. He couldn't quite reach the winners, but all second. But it was a good run here from third. Prior to that, he'd raced at Happy Valley and did win in Class 5. So I think he's more than capable here at the bottom of Class 4. He's drawn nicely, barrier number 3, and should get a good run with Alexi Bedell aboard.
OK, that is Can't Go Wrong. Race 6, number 10. And, of course, the form out of that race was franked with Celtic Times winning on Saturday at Sharton. Let's have a look at the final event, Happy Valley, 10 minutes to 11 o'clock for the sole handicap Class 3 over 1,800 metres. And gallant waking for Vincent Ho and Francis Lloyd. Berlin Tango's not won in a long time. Noble Pursuit fourth. He's won from one course and distance. True Genius has the blinkers going on. Devildom has the blinkers off, the tongue tie being applied for the first time. Further down, you've got Intrepid Winner, Flamingo Trillion, who has prevailed on a rain-affected track in the past. Kimberley Tradition hasn't beaten any rivals home in 3, and Smiling Time eligible for Class 4 of that rating of 60. True Genius here, Nick, with the blinkers on, could be one to roll forward.
He certainly could be, yeah. Look, he led when he was over this distance and may well press on again from a wideish draw here. Flamingo Trillion, I don't think will be too far away. His only run here was quite a good one, actually, so expect him to be quite forward. To 18 Palms, another one, and Kimberley Affordable, a couple that might chase there.
Yeah, Devildom will want some rain about. He did come with wet track form before he got here. I think Tradition, Intrepid Winner, Berlin Tango from their wide draws will have to go back.
OK, that is the speed to Flamingo Trillion. He is trying course and distance at Happy Valley, 1,800 metres for the second time. His trainer is Frankie Law, and he spoke to Nick on Tuesday morning.
Frankie, Flamingo Trillion is your runner in the final race on Wednesday night. Now, he's only had one run here at Happy Valley, and that was quite a good run. So you're happy to bring him back to the city track?
Yes. Last time I put him back to 1,600 in Shartin. Maybe the distance a little bit short because before I won him on 2,000. And this time 1,800 Happy Valley. As you say, he raced once in Happy Valley, finished third. So he got experience. I think he's got a chance, yeah.
The horse that won that race actually takes him on again, Noble Pursuit. You're better off at the weights with him this time, so I guess you'd be keen to have another go at him and hopefully turn that form around.
Yeah, I hope so. This time, but the jockey's a little bit overweight. So I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Lung possibly a pound or two over there. Just on the ground now, there's a lot of rain around at the moment. You can probably see from the shots behind you that the weather's been pretty bad in Hong Kong of late. But your horse, if there is a bit of rain and the ground's a little bit softer, he'll love this, won't he? Yes.
Last season, I think he raced one time. It's a little bit heavy track. I'm not too heavy. I think swingling, but he win the race. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, last season. Yeah.
And I know it's a competitive race there to finish on Wednesday night, but I guess you'd be fairly confident your horse could certainly turn up and run his race, given that one and only racecourse appearance so far.
Yeah, I think Happy Valley, sometimes a little bit weak than Shartin, so that's why I put him in Happy Valley, try to get a winner for the owner, yeah.
So Flamingo Trillion there with Frankie Law certainly has a chance on his recent form. Let's have a look at a few of the other rivals for this race, and we're starting here, Paul, with Noble Pursuit. Really good run from this guy last time out. He was back and he really steamed home. 18 Palms got tightened up late. Smiling Time in this as well, and Tradition certainly needs to lift on his runs.
Yeah, he does. Look, it was a really good run from Noble Pursuit because he got out of his ground. He's drawn one in this race. Change of jockey, Andrea Zini aboard for him, so I think he's one of the leading chances. And 18 Palms was snatched up late there. You could see it probably cost him getting third, just losing all that momentum.
Yeah, one of his most impressive wins of the three was over this course and distance, so coming back up in trip is going to be a big plus to him.
Yeah, let's have a look at Casper Found's runners for the meeting. Casper had a couple of winners at the Valley last week, and of course he had a treble, nearly a four-timer at Shartin on Saturday. Paul, what are the main takeouts from this list, do you think?
I think Noble Pursuit is his best chance in the last. Loyal Ambition runs his race. Fairy Horse would need to improve, as would Storm Winner. Glory Cloud's drawn wide, but he can run on. Lucky Quality's got a good draw.
Yeah, agree with all that.
Of course, Lucky Quality lost his rider last time out at the start, Alfie Chan. We wish Alfie the best. He's got a couple of fractured ribs. On to Gallant Waking into True Genius. You think the intent is there with the blinkers on to roll forward with him, Nick, True Genius, but again, another one that needs to lift on his race day appearances so far.
Yeah, he does. Look, he showed speed 2 starts ago before capitulating. That was off of a £6 higher mark here, the course and distance. And he actually ran last. Look, he's not beaten many homes, so he really does need to do more. Gallant Waking, he's interesting. Course and distance, first time for him, but he's a pretty honest horse.
He is just got to carry the weight. He's got 135 to carry, but he's in good form.
Another few to look at here, including Kimberley, who was the last start 4th, and in this race as well was Intrepid Winner, who ran 3rd. Berlin Tango, True Genius. Is Berlin Tango maybe getting back to some form, because his run from back in the field on the All Weather was pretty good last start?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. He's up to the 1800. He's just drawn 11, so that sort of put me off. So none of these went in, I thought.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's record 2 from 40. He doesn't jump off the page, old Berlin Tango. But no, I do agree. I think that run last time was better, and it wouldn't shock if Tony Cruz got one to get its head in front here on the back of a couple of only fair efforts.
Yeah, it's been well over 500 days since he's been able to win. But who's on top in the last, Paul?
Going to go Noble Pursuit to beat 18 Palms, so both coming out of that same race. Flamingo Trillion in there for 3rd should put himself on the pace, and then Gallant Waking for 4th, 3-4-9-1.
Yeah, gone Flamingo Trillion here. I could take a bit of confidence out of speaking to Frankie Law, and this horse will like the track and should like the going if it's a bit soft underfoot. So he goes on top. Noble Pursuit back to his an ideal trip, I suppose, 1,800 metres, unbeaten course and distance. 18 Palms goes in. He's pretty consistent. We'll take a chance with Gallant Waking up in trip as well. 9-3-4-1.
Don't forget to head to the website hkjc.com. That is the place you can find the audio and video section, and you can catch a glimpse of the race-by-race preview for every race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. But it's come to that time of the show. We've got the best and the value bets as well as the play. Off you go, Paul.
Yeah, well, we just saw him previously. That's Can't Go Wong in race number 6. Coming back to Happy Valley's ideal. He was wide all the way here. He had to sprint off a very slow pace, and he was chasing 2 horses which I think have got rating points in hand, California Totality and also Laugh Tail. So I really like the way he finished off here. I think it shows he's more than capable of winning at the bottom of Class 4 at Happy Valley. Longshot only had the 1 start. It was the perfect match. There was blood on the track here, clear excuses, but there was a lot of money for his debut. So race 8, number 5, the perfect match, coming to Happy Valley for the first time after some good trials. We'll do the play in the last with Noble Pursuit, 18 Palms, from Mingo Trillion, a QQP in race 9.
My best bet is in race 8, number 1, Golden Long, back in grade. He's running here off a mark of 60, and Derek Lung will be on board for trainer Frankie Law. This is his run last time out. This was at Sha Tin, as you can clearly see, and it was a pretty decent race as well. The winner is a horse called James Tack. I've got a bit of time for him. The horse just ahead of him here, the grey, is Kaholo Angel. Now, he's won recently, and you can see he's not been beaten overly far at all behind him. So that form looks to be pretty strong in my book, and I give him a decent chance. The long shot, race 4, number 11, Gorgeous Vitality, out of form, but he would get conditions to suit here. Hopefully he can bounce back. Lyle Hewitson will be on board him. And the play, race 8, we're going to go the forecast here. The 1 to beat the 4, Golden Long to beat High Percentage.
Well, my best bet comes up in race 9, horse number 3, Noble Pursuit, Casper Founds and Andrea Atzeni combining here. He's 1 from 1 course and distance. So race 9, number 3, Noble Pursuit, really good run from him last time out. The value is Grand Nova, who's on debut. Take a chance with him. Race 4, number 4, Hugh Bowman and John Size, off that rating of 52, having his first start. And the play, race 7, Sight Supreme, another first starter with Glory Cloud and Winning Heart, 6, 7 and 8 in race number 7. That just about brings the show to a close. Of course, we're racing on Sunday, and it's an earlier start, 12:45 for FWD Champions Day. The 3 Group 1s, the Sprint, the Mile and the Cup. And then we're back at Happy Valley for the 1st of May. But can't wait for Sunday, Nick. It should be a terrific afternoon of racing as well.
Yeah, it certainly should. Look, and you know, it's the sort of meeting, Paul, that gives you a real tingle in the loins.
Yeah, definitely. All the good boys are out there to play, aren't they?
Yep, they certainly are. So make sure you join the coverage. There'll be a special preview show on the website later in the week. That is hkjc.com. But we look forward to your company for a 6:40 start at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, where we will be racing to win.